What's up guys, thanks for joining me on another video. I had no clue that I was going to be recording a video today, so this is a huge surprise. Something just came up, but let's get to it. So I'm just sitting here minding my own business and I come across this motorcycle on Facebook Marketplace and I see the price and things aren't adding up in my head. I'm like, there's gotta be like, what's going on here? So I look up the prices online, Kelley Blue Book or NADA can both tell you the values. I looked it up and I saw that there was like a pretty significant difference. And so I shot the guy a message, offered him a couple hundred less just to see if he'd bite. He did, and now I'm looking into it a little more. I think we're gonna go do this thing. I think we're gonna make this happen. I've got to go get the money. I've got to get a ride over there. You know, look at it, all that stuff. But I think we're gonna do this thing and I think it's gonna be a good deal. We're going to pick up the bike right now. My friend Nick is taking me over there. Thank you. And my boy Nixon. What's up, buddy? Nixon? Bones. No bones. It's all right. So we're gonna go get the bike. I'm gonna ride it over to our shop. Should be a good one. How do you think I'm gonna do on it, Nick?
Money.
Think I'm gonna make a good profit on this?
Bro, you always do.
Dude, let's do it.
Let's go.
Not want to take the camera, you know, to go pick it up. That kind of seems a little suspicious, but I did pick it up. I've had it for a little bit. I haven't done too much with it. So let's show you what bike I got. This right here is a 2016 Yamaha FZ07. Super cool bike. A lot of people love this bike. You know, it's similar to, you know, like the sport bikes. It's more of like an upright seated position, so you're not leaning as much over the tank. So let's point out some of the things that we're gonna have to fix on this bike. So the previous owner, they have, as you can see, there's these crash bars on it right here. That's for like stunt riding. There's, you know, back here too, there's, you know, they can do wheelies and put their feet right here. And then you got the bar right there. So at one point, I think the guy before the guy that I bought it from, he did a wheelie and broke this back here. So the light, the lens isn't there. These back plastic parts are broken, so I'm gonna have to replace that. And then you have the seats a little scuffed up, and that's stuff I knew of before I went to go look at it. I didn't know the seat, but and then, you know, overall, you know, it's, the motor's really sound. It runs well. It rides well. There is some damage on the stator cover right here, so I'm gonna be replacing that. A couple little things. You got a tank emblem that's missing. They put carbon fiber on the bike instead of the original plastics, which is cool. They replaced the handlebars and put some other ones on it. Same with the grips and the levers. I have the actual matching lever to this one, so I'm gonna take this one off, and I'm gonna get the OEM bars, the OEM grips. This cap right here is a little scuffed up, so I'm gonna replace that. And then I'm gonna remove the crash bars. This was loose. He sent me a video before I went to go get it. The headlight assembly was loose. He zip tied it. I may have to get like some bracket for that. And then it's missing the blinkers, so I'm gonna get blinkers for it. And then we also have a little bit of damage right here to the exhaust. I'm gonna try and see if I can get the end cap for it, but if I can't do that, then I'm just gonna sell it as is and it'll all still work out. One of the things that I didn't notice in the listing or when I went to go pick it up was that the passenger pegs, like the bracket and the peg, they aren't on here because the crash bar is mounted right there. So I am gonna have to get that. When I was in the process of buying it, the listing said that it had 16,000 miles. When I went to buy it, it actually only had 13,000. So that's a big plus. The time of year, it's a little interesting. We have a couple months, you know, like a month and a half maybe left of riding, but I still think I can make it work because of the bike that it is. Overall, I think this is a good bike. I've got to fix a few things. It's not going to be too hard to fix them. I've already got the parts list together. I went and ordered the parts already. Last night I started working on the bike with the few parts that I have. There was some more that I was waiting on, but I wanted to get started and I want to get some of the damaged parts off. That way when the other parts arrived, I'd be ready to go. But today I just went by to see when they'd be here, and they were already here. They got here in like 3 days, so that was super quick. Let me show you what we've done already and what we're gonna be doing today. I have put the new blinkers on, these right here. They've got like the tinted lens on them. They're super easy to put on. I've taken everything off the handlebars. I took the crash bars off. I had to get some new like motor mounts, like the bolts. I had to get the right size because when you have the crash bars on there, you know, they use longer ones. I've also taken that broken tail light off. I've put the new one on. That one's tinted, you know, lens as well, looks really good. It's all integrated, so the turn signals are in there as well. Got that all wired in. I think these new blinkers are super sweet, so let me show them to you real quick. Turn the key on, turn the blinker on. I think they are super sweet. Look at that. I'll show you the rear too. This is the rear tail light. Looks super good. You can see the turn signal in there. Here's all the parts that I got. It is quite the list, but we got those rear plastic pieces right here. We got the gasket for the stator cover. Pretty sure the stator cover's in that box. Handlebars, the brackets for the passenger pegs, and then, you know, in this bag, the pegs I think will be in there. Some little bolts that we needed. The front brake master cylinder cap and the grips. So we're gonna get these thrown on and get it done. I've changed out all the parts that I was gonna change, and it looks so good. Everything turned out good. So let me give you a little review of all the things we changed out. On the bike, we stabilized this headlight. It was a little shaky. We put these turn signals on them. We changed out the bars that they put on it. We put the stock bars on it, and we put this lever back on it. They had a different one on it. We put these bar end mirrors on. We changed the stator cover because it had some damage, so we put a new cover on there. We took off the cage, and we were missing some of the motor mount bolts, and so we got those and put them on there. We put the passenger pegs and brackets on both sides. I got a new seat back here because the other one was a little scuffed up. And then we put a new tail light, the integrated tail light right there. The exhaust still has some damage on it right there. You can get a new one. It's like $115 or something, but I'll let the new owner deal with that. Side note, I think some of this guy that I bought the bike from, I think some of his friends have seen the bike up for sale. So a couple people have hit me up for the crash bars that I've taken off. Brand new, that whole set of crash bars is worth $700. It would be nice if I can get them sold without having to go to eBay, but you know, I want to be probably somewhere around $500 with those. A guy I know did offer me $300, so we'll see. I'm still trying to figure that out. I think we should go take one last spin on this thing before we sell it. All right, so here's a little update that's been going on with the FZ07. I had finished it and listed it in September. I had a guy that was gonna buy it. That fell through. The bank was being weird. It sat listed for a few months and it had a lot of likes, a lot of views, but it wasn't selling. I even dropped the price a little bit during the winter and people were still giving me really low ball offers. So I decided to take it off so that it would be a fresh listing when the season started. Now we're sitting in March. It's the beginning of the season. I had a guy come look at it yesterday. I've got it listed for full price. He should be on his way right now to come pick it up. So this thing is gonna get to the finish line. It is such a cool bike. I wish I could keep everything. If it's a motorcycle, I wish I could keep it. But, you know, I'm doing this to make money. That's what we do. We flip motorcycles, flip motorcycle parts, as you can see. And this is another deal done. Let's run through the numbers. Last minute, I decided, we had that broken end cap. I decided to order a new one. So we put that one on there. Let's get this thing started up. Man, I really wish I didn't have to sell this thing. It sounds so good and it's super fast. Listen to this thing. Dang, sad day, but hey, we're gonna make some money. I know you guys are dying to hear the numbers, so here we go. I bought this motorcycle for $4,800. I sold the cage to a friend for $300. That puts us at $4,500. Now, when it comes to expenses, I did buy quite a bit of parts, and it's also hard because it's been so long since then, so my receipts are kind of everywhere. But I know that when I finished the bike in September, I had spent about $700 in parts, and then I chose to add the end cap last minute for $100. So we're about $800 all in on parts. Now, I sold the motorcycle at the top of the market for $7,100. That puts us at a grand total net profit of $1,800. Guys, I think this was a super good deal. I didn't have to do a ton of work. I got to ride it for a little bit. I did have to hold it a little longer than I was planning, but I knew worst case scenario when spring came, I'd be able to list that top of the market because that's when everyone's buying, and that's what we did. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you guys like making money, because that's what we're doing here. If you like this video right here, don't forget to check out these ones because they will help you to make money. We'll see you next time.